What technology are you shocked has not advanced yet? That we can't put enamel back on teeth. Look into the ingredient Europe and Asia has in their toothpaste that remineralizes teeth. Narnohydroxyapatite. I learned about it on Reddit, actually remineralizes, can order it via Amazon from overseas if you are in US. Do you know the name of the brand for Europe and Asia? You can get Sensodyne with Novomin. The Novomin is what you need to look for. Replacement teeth. A number of my teenage clients have hereditary dental problems, and the blow to their self-esteem is such a shame. You'd think something we use every day would be stronger. I wish fake teeth implants weren't so expensive, otherwise I'd totally get all of my teeth replaced. My boyfriend has this same problem. He has impeccable dental hygiene habits, but his teeth continue to fall out. He's down to his top and bottom front teeth, his canines, and 2 molars. He is dreading how much it will cost to get replacements. He just has unlucky mouth chemistry. Mine is similar, but my sister never had a cavity until age 30, even though she spent the previous 15 years drinking Pepsi with almost every meal. Genetics go figure. Dustpans that don't leave a coat line of dirt. The innovation here is sweep the line quickly across the room. You are correct. That is seed dirt, it ensures that you get a good crop next time, and is the sweeper's job security. What are you, some kind of dirt farmer? It ain't much, but it's honest work. We have an entire emoji alphabet complete with skin color tones, gender neutrality. But we still can't write SMS with bold italics or underlines. Edit. Yes, I know that WhatsApp, Telegram, and thousands of other apps support formatting with asterisks, markdown, etc. The point is, SMS doesn't support bold and italics when it does support skin tone and gender neutral emojis. Expressing medium skin tone gender unidentified person shrugging seems a lot more specific than expressing bold or italics. This is the one that hurts me the most. We can do it over somewhat identical transfer protocols and invent Markdown as an effective HTML type that's easily understood by browsers. By God, we shouldn't be allowed to send it from iPhone to Android though, that'd be mania. Waste disposal. We still bury most of it in the ground. Or incinerate it. In 200 years, we'll be mining landfills for raw materials. We need that shit and yet we toss it into a hole instead of recycling it. Until we find a cost-effective, efficient way of mass recycling everything we throw out, it's just gonna keep being buried in landfills. The key is cost-effective. Nobody likes doing anything unless it'll save them money. Bras. You'd think that we wouldn't still be wearing the metal death traps of our grandmother's suffering, but nope. You see the new bra every few years, but it never catches on. My back hurts. To be fair, bras are hard. Bras are so hard they hired bra makers to make our first spacesuits. Think about that. The skill, principles, and engineering in making bras were vital in making flipping spacesuits. Here, here. God forgive you lose or gain any weight, you gotta go back out and buy another $70 bra to compensate. Or even if your boobs swell during your period. The sizes are never consistent across brands either. It's a crapshoot, and it often ends up being painful, even if you get a correctly sized one. Shout out to our bra that fits for helping us with that one, but for some, it is a never-ending search. Irons. Somehow I simultaneously can remove and create new wrinkles. This cannot be the pinnacle. Get a handheld steamer. It's too easy. Just like an iron, you fill it up with water and plug it in. No clunky ironing board needed. Simply put your garment on a hanger and run the steamer in vertical rows, making sure to apply pressure to the garment. Actually press the steamer to the garment, but keep a continuous up and down motion to avoid creating wrinkles or damaging the item from excessive heat. If you accidentally create a crease, it's much more forgiving than with an iron. I find running over it at various angles and pulling the fabric apart does the trick. Fuck that, how about clothes that don't wrinkle? Imagine the future with this technology. In my country it's the internet. Australia? I've heard it's not that great over there. India used to be the same, but then Jio came in and basically gave data for free, forcing other companies to lower their prices as well. Isn't like 90% of the internet in India accessed by mobile devices and 3G, 4G? Yeah, but the prices of broadband or fiber have gone down a lot as well because of mobile data becoming dirt cheap. For example, currently I'm getting a 200 megabits per second connection for about $14 a month. 525 GB a month with data rollover, 3 months of Netflix, and a year's worth of Prime for free. What country, if you don't mind me asking? He can't get back to you, he's used up all his internet for today. Damn. Better go out California way. Why sure. Silicon Valley. They got a whole mess of internet up there. Say a man can practically roll around in it. Elevators. Why can we not unpress a button that has been clicked? The elevators at my workplace let you do that, but it's an undocumented feature that most people don't know about. I only learned it after seeing other people do it. If a button is double pressed quickly, it is deselected if it is not the only selected button. Some models reset the selection if you press all the buttons. It's pretty awkward if it's not the right model though. Buddy the elf. Looks like a Christmas tree. No cure for tinnitus. Just put some nanobits in my ear and make the ringing go away. Edit. Thank you for the silver stranger. Some tinnitus is neurological, not mechanical. It's basically the sound version of visual snow. And then there's me, lucky enough to have both from birth. Yeah. Same here. I had no idea it wasn't normal for have visual snow and tinnitus for so long. As far as I've been able to figure, it's related to my ADHD. Printers. Don't even get me started on the ones at my lab. Paper in the load tray are perfectly fine. Time for the printer to crumble a tiny edge and then scream paper jam and halting everything else until you take that one piece of paper out. It's all good though, that'll buy you about 5 minutes before it repeats itself. Someone forgot to load paper before starting the day, and the printer happens to run out? Surprise, the printer has just locked down all tests on the machine and requires that paper be loaded, and then the machine itself needs to be rebooted and reloaded for an extra 20 minutes before proceeding. This one printer is going to be the sole reason for me having an aneurysm one of these days. Could that be an investment problem though? My last company bought fancy expensive printers just recently. After that I was impressed that I never encountered a problem since. Except idiot colleagues who never filled the paper tray. The legal code. Computer programmers have come up with beautiful collaborative change tracking systems, like Git, that let you easily make changes to a huge base of code, track who changed what, submit and resolve conflicting versions of updates, etc. But when we pass a new bill that replaces or modifies an old law, it is always some 300-page document with pages of subsection F paragraph 3 will be modified to read XYZ. Why not put the laws into a Git repository and make it easy for bills to just modify the existing history to say what you want it to say? And why not have the transparency to see exactly what changes and who implemented that change? Want to slip some port for your district into an unrelated bill? Well, that edit is going to have your name on it. Of course it will never happen. Edit okay, maybe it will happen if DC can make it work. When I first thought about this a decade ago, it seemed pretty unlikely. Frost the whole fucking Pop-Tart already. Oh they will, but only after they shrink the Pop-Tart 25% and then charge you the same price for your now fully frosted Pop-Tart. I haven't bought cereal for years because of this shit. Went in the cereal aisle yesterday, and the major brands are now selling a family size. Except A, there shouldn't be a non-family size for cereal, and B, it's literally just the same size of box that you would have gotten cereal in 20 fucking years ago. Microwave doors. There is no such thing as a quiet microwave door, yet we can know what chemicals are in space thousands of light years away. I can't even imagine what a microwave would be like with a silent door and muted beeps. Microwaving anything after the baby has gone to bed is very risky. Edit. You guys. No more babies in microwave jokes please. Lots of microwaves have a setting that you can turn off the beeper. Look up the manual for the model of your microwave. This is a good question, so I thought I'd look it up. Apparently it's because it's hard to make a seal that doesn't let microwaves escape that is durable long term. The latch may be noisy but is cheap and good at what it does. If you want what you have quieter however, hold down the button as you close the door. Source. I used to do the button hold, but my current microwave is a hanging on 4 over the range and it's only got a handle. So no quiet way to close it. If you apply a bit of opposing force as you close the door, you can sort of ease it closed and it's pretty quiet. My biggest question is, when the microwave is done and goes beep beep beep, but I am standing right there and open it right at the first beep, why does it still do the beeps? You should be able to microwave something late at night and cut it off before the beeps, but no. Bomb defusal method, bro. Stop it at 1. I don't mind people who stop out early, but I hate the people who stop it early and then leave it so that the clock is useless and I have to clear it before using it. Allergy control. How are there no permanent cures for allergies yet? I'll never know how awesome it must be to own a German Shepherd, and so many people won't ever know how good peanut butter is. There's new treatment that exposes you to the allergen in extremely small doses and gradually increase it, except that it takes 2 to 5 years, a shit ton of money, and very regular visits to the doctor's office, shots, or a very regular daily habit drops. And in the meantime you'll have a non-stop very mild allergic reaction to your own blood. It's great. Been doing it since summer 2016, and I've improved noticeably, but I still haven't been able to go a day without clearing my throat super regularly. Stickers. Is 2020 and I'm still dealing with goddamn sticker residue. Forgive me if I'm going Captain Obvious on you, but I swear by goo gone. Spray it and let it sit for at least 1 to 2 min so it can work to break down the adhesive. Then either wipe away with a rag or use your fingernail to scratch it off. Should be much easier after just 1 application. For super sticky situations, try using a razor blade along with the goo gone to slide under and lift up the sticker. It may take multiple applications, but I've yet to be defeated by adhesive since I started using GG. Can confirm. I use it all the time at work and it's wonderful. Around 20 years ago, I was promised a cloned woolly mammoth. Then, I read about a plan to reverse engineer elephants back into mammoths. Look, I don't need to know the ins and outs, just make the damn mammoth. I thought they did that already. No, the problem isn't getting the DNA, it's impregnating an elephant to bring a baby mammoth to term. I think the best we can hope for is a mammoth-elephant hybrid. I see you've met my ex. I'm still shocked that with all our medical research, we haven't found any cure or reliable treatment for baldness. Jeff Bezos is bald. Proof that money will not cure it. He just doesn't give a flying fuck. Elon Musk was clearly balding in his late 20s, but he's got hair implants, and now he has full head of hair. If Jeff Bezos wanted hair, he could have it in few months. And Elon Musk isn't. While naturally he should be. Proof that money can fix it somewhat. The entire DMV process. My local DMV recently changed the way they set up everything, and it's far faster than it was when I remember going there with my mom as a child. Now you've got 2 lines that you wait in directly after entering that differ depending on your purpose of visit, and then after waiting through that they give you your number. Wait times are definitely faster now compared to before, when you just got a number upon entry without being sorted first. I remember going there with my mom as a child. And now you're an adult? Geez, I knew they moved slow, but this is a new level. Some say he is still aging to this day. Not sure if it counts as technology, but you'd think in 2020 there would be a better way to check for strep throat than making me deep throat a popsicle stick. Or check for prostate problems without the doctor having to shove a cold finger up your butt. Don't ruin my fun just because you don't want to have any. One of my best friends, before he was 28, told me he has had 3 prostate exams. My other buddy and I asked him why, and he said because they were free. He just moved back to France and I guess insurance covered them. Anyway, my other buddy and I responded at the same time, just because they are free does not mean you have to get them. Come to Japan. You enter the examination room via a separate door from the doctor. Remove your shoes and your clothing from the waist down. Sit in a really fancy chair, kind of like a big dentist's chair. There's a privacy curtain separating you in the chair from the object. The nurse hits a magic button and the chair goes into lazy boy mode, reclining back. The seat of the chair splits in half like a transformer, spreading your legs. The doctor talks to you from the other side of the curtain, walking you through the examination. When the exam is finished, the chair returns to the original seated position. The nurse tells you Atsukara-sama Deshita, good work. See, that sounds like it wouldn't make me want to curl up and die afterwards. Nobody has said nuclear fusion yet? About 40 years ago they said we would have it in 20 years. Edit. For anyone wondering what the current technical situation is, check this out. Edit 2. Where does my claim with 20 years 40 years ago come from? Grad student who works on fusion here. When the current generation of fusion facilities were being designed, they were based off of simulation code that was used for thermonuclear weapons. These simulations indicated that all the kinds of plasma instabilities discovered in the 50s to 80s were not very important. The simulations were wrong. They were accurate enough for thermonuclear weapons because those brute forced their way to fusion with another fission bomb, but not for controlled fusion. These instabilities kill the efficiency of energy transfer from source to fuel. It's kind of like when you try to push 2 magnets together at the same pole. At the slightest misalignment, they start to flip or move sideways. In this analogy, efficient heating of fusion fuel requires a configuration that's like keeping the magnets aligned. So now people are working on stabilizing the instabilities and improving the efficiency of energy transfer into fusion fuel. Dream recording. I still await the day we will be able to watch the stupid things our brains came up with just because you've met a friendly dog a week prior. Can we not save the nightmares though? I mean both. Both are interesting. I think with nightmares it would end up as a comedy show because while watching the recording, you will notice how idiotic it was and that it wasn't as scary as you though. I let my wife access my phone, but this is where I draw the line. Phone service. It's 2020, the quality of sound and service should be vastly improved by now. It is. Sorta. Try making a call with something like FaceTime audio or Google Hangouts. The audio quality will sound great. When you make a regular cell phone call, the phone carrier strips put the parts of the audio that aren't needed for human communication and compress the audio a lot. This makes the call quality sound really bad, but still understandable. This also makes it use almost no data at all. By lowering the amount of data it uses, they can service many more phones on a single tower, which is way cheaper for the cell company to do. For landline phones, most of them are VoIP phones now. Even if you have an old POTS phone, it probably connects to some sort of digital interface at some point. They do the same thing. They want to make sure your phone call doesn't chew up all the bandwidth you have paid for, even if you only paid for the crappy DSL service in your area. If you pick up the phone and your internet slows to a crawl, you're going to complain to your internet provider. So yeah, the technology is there, but it doesn't make financial sense for phone companies to do it, so they actually make the sound quality worse on purpose. CCTV footage still looking like it was recorded by a potato. It's a storage and cost trade-off. Higher resolution video takes up more storage costs more. But we have lots of tech to help with that, the industry just refuses to incorporate it. Local storage in TB is pretty cheap. Motion activation. Encode with a modern codec like AV1 or H.256 and file sizes are small. Home systems like Arlo, Blink, and Ring are eating up the security market because they use newer tech. I have 720p cameras at home that store to a 64 GB thumb drive, and the image quality is great. Showers. Why doesn't every shower have a thermostat so that I can just dial in the temperature I want? Why do I have to perform alchemy with these 2 knobs, test the water several times, and still get scolded when my wife obliviously turns on the washing machine mid-shower? Here's the temperature I want, maintain this temperature. You can buy one to replace your standard hot and cold knobs, but why aren't they everywhere in every single shower? My girlfriend has a newer custom house with one of those showers with both a rainfall head and a normal one, and the mechanical interface to operate the 2 heads and set the temperature are completely non-intuitive and confusing. There's a big knob that controls both the flow rate and where the water comes out, and a smaller knob inside that knob that I think controls the temperature. I just fuck with both of them until I get something that's good enough. Birth control. IUDs aren't foolproof, lots of people don't like condoms, the pill has tons of negative side effects. I'm ready for someone to figure it out. Edit. To all of those suggesting abstinence, that's not the point of my post. Lots of people want to have sex without worrying about pregnancy. Children should not be considered a consequence of sex. Edit 2. Guys, I know that sex makes babies. All I'm saying is that we should be able to have one without the other. Hormonal birth control also lowers sex drive in a lot of women. But no one tells you that, so you just think there's something wrong with you. Also, the effect may not reverse when you stop taking it.
Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Tell me what you dislike or love about this video, so please comment below and hit the bell icon so you're notified anytime a new video is released. This is a WeCrow Media production.